Well, hello, welcome to Hatchery Life. And today we have some noise, and we're interviewing Guillermo Espinola. And Guillermo is the co-founder of a company called Xipe. It's a software services company in Hermosillo, Mexico. And we're going to be asking him about his topic primarily, which is understand first and disrupt next. And I can vouch for the fact that he's a disruptor. And and with that, why don't when I ask you, Guillermo, to introduce yourself?
Okay, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Jose, for inviting me to this live. Um, well, what to say about me? I am a software engineer, a developer by myself, and back in 2018, I started this company, Xipe, with the vision of help entrepreneurs to create software differently, more aligned to their purpose, and a little bit less in the technique. So the about this topic is of the disruption is because all the software industry is full of messages and noise about what disruption is, and sometimes I feel that the meaning of the word is lost. So
So, what do you mean by the word disruption?
um, okay, disruptive is what it is. Is a is a deep change in in an area in an industry. Um, but the thing is not what it is the what really matters is how did you achieve to disrupt an industry, and sometimes we speak about disruption very light in a very light way, uh, and and the and what I want to what we are aiming to solve in this part is to help entrepreneurs to find what they need to to identify where is the disruption opportunity, because you can say I will disrupt a whole industry. It's it's complicated because industries are not a monolith. They have pieces and they have mobile parts and parts that you can't move. So disruption implies to move that parts that are not movable, or we think that are not movable. So that that's how we started developing software in a more in a way more oriented to the purpose, and less thinking on on the thing, as you said, uh, on the material conditions of
Mhm.
the industry.
Okay, and so give us an example of what you're doing about disruption and things like that. If you're working with anybody that's disrupting a particular area, or yeah, I know you, and I know your flow as well, and I know you guys are doing a lot of really interesting things. And but give us an example of
Okay.
what you're
Um,
doing.
for example, this is a story. I will not say many details of the customer, but uh, we receive a customer that said, "Okay, I want to change the way people uh, engage with the gym, the health industry. I want to change the way uh, gyms engage with customers, and we need to be disruptive." And I don't know, how do you want to be disruptive? We want to be the Uber of of the gyms. Okay, well, Uber already exists, so it's hard to disrupt something with something that already exists, because it becomes the new mainstream and everybody is doing it, and there are a lot of followers doing it. So uh, we need to start understanding what part of the gym industry are you in, and and what do you think uh, that must to change. And well, that question seems very easy, but at the beginning we're like, okay, no, I want to create a membership system. Okay, yes, but how that will disrupt. So tell me more. And then we discovered that, to be honest, nobody in that team, in the company and in our end, nobody knows how to disrupt the gym industry. So we start questioning ourselves, okay, what we need to change and why, and does the people need it, and how to help. And suddenly the pandemic strike, and that industry was very affected by the pandemic. Nobody can join the the, the gyms anymore. And then when they reopened, they had limited occupation and things like that. So we start creating small pieces of software, firstly isolated, to solve different needs. For example, okay, how to manage the reservations in a limited in a limited room, and then how to stream the classes and the training and the relationship, and how to keep active the relationship with the coaches, with their coaches, and what can they sell in addition to the membership, that now that the people have no access to there. And well, that become something very interesting, because after 3 years, what we see is that the engagement of this club with the people has grown, mm, beyond their geographical limitations, and that's very unlikely in a gym. So right now they are opening a lot of like pop-up stations in different cities, just because people requested, hey, we are here in Mexico City or another place, and they move people over there, create the boot camp, create the training, and if the community grows, they establish in that city, and that's something that is a growth model never seen before. Uh,
Guillermo, can I ask a question?
yes, please.
It sounds like what you're describing is your relationship with your clients. How do you um, help your clients with their demand for disruption, right? And so the question I have to you is, can you help your clients with their desire to disrupt if you yourself haven't disrupted how you do your work?
Okay, the relationship is as any relationship is not all uh, it's not all sweet. We have a lot of ideas confrontation, which means uh, that sometimes we are not aligned with the purpose of the customer, or sometimes some ideas of the customer is not aligned with their purpose, because that happens. So there's where the frictions start. So but in a framework, or a bit of respect and uh, I don't know, security to be yourself and express what your ideas, and to if you know that the other party is hearing to you, that everything, we can overcome that friction, and there is where we start creating that disruption. And regarding if I need to be disruptive to help to disrupt, uh, I don't know. I think we have made some small disruptions inside our company first, to change the way we see what we do, because software development is not about software development, it's about the problem that we are solving. uh, but what I think is, we have enough experience to guide our customers into identify which small parts of their business can they disrupt, because as companies are organizations, and organizations are made by people, are formed by people. So we need to change the way we do things inside, and then we will impact in the market, or in the I don't know, with our customers.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's how we lead our customers to disrupt, uh, starting by challenging their own rules. Uh, we help them, or try to make them see that a corporate world sometimes is efficient to keep something going, but it's not the most efficient thing to create something new. So there is a process of unlearning how to organize your team. So we start over there, almost always.
So what have you done? You mentioned in passing that you changed the way that Xipe operated or something. Can you tell us more about that and how it was, how it is, and what the change is and all that?
Yes, we started the company as an offshoring company. So we receive requirements and we deliver software. And then we learned that that model don't create that engagement or ownership with the developers and their code. So the bugs start accumulating, and then you fix something and break another thing, and it becomes unsustainable. So learning from companies like yours, Matt, we moved to the dedicated team model. But then we discovered that um, making a team is a full package. Is not only a recruitment process. We're just putting people together. We are trying to create the team since the recruitment model. So we changed the way we recruit. Instead of having a big pipeline of developers passing the stages, we try to put the candidates together, try to create engagement in that meetings, trying to see who is collaborating with whom, and if we detect some synergy between some of them, we try to get them together. So we're changing the way we're recruiting, because also the best developers, the best talent in the world, they are not they don't like to be 6 months in a process when a conversation with a coffee can be enough to detect their skills and their commitment and their triggers and what they are looking for. So we're trying to make the process shorter and more focus on their career plan, not on their skills, not about their skills. And well, I think that triggers a lot of small changes in our process.
Okay, and what did it do for you?
Sorry.
What did it do for you personally? What impact did it have?
Okay, I I feel more free because I can connect with the team as much as possible. The idea of having pipelines for everything and making everything like a process in like industrial process disconnect people. So uh, in the previous version of my company, I feel like trapped. At some point, I said, okay, why this is my company and I don't feel excited about it? So after a lot of thinking and speaking with people and sharing experiences, uh, I think I found that what was happening was I was disconnected from the development, from the team, and I like to code. I still like to code, so I started involving in the coding, participating with the team, and then the traction changed a lot. Uh, be, and because I think because sometimes companies start treating people like resources instead of team members. So we
Mhm.
stopped that, and I feel very happier now.
Why do you think, like, what conceptually for you, what is it that uh, is, I mean, you've described the pipeline and all of this sort of structured process. What do you still have to do as far as the transition? That sounds like you're going through a transition. What still left for you as you see it today?
Okay, I think I need to okay, there are a lot of things in the development process that we are still managing as a pipeline because it's the most accurate or the most common process in the industry. Um, but I think that something that it will be interesting is to flat uh, to flat completely the organization, because I have partners that are not involved in the operation, but they feel and they feel like strange people for the team, and the team feel and I want to make them uh, closer. The idea of having a partners in the far away is of the company, it doesn't work, and maybe it's not a problem, but it don't feel like natural, and I want to create this company. I want to make this company more natural every day, attending to the needs of my partners, of my team, my own needs, my own natural needs, as a person that I'm investing my time in something uh, to achieve my goals. I want to change the way we see companies. They are not the goal. We are not developers. We are people, and right now we are developing software in this company, investing our time, uh, and if we all can align and see the company as a vehicle, instead of of an end or a thing that can possess, or I don't know. I don't know how to say it properly,
So
maybe, but
I you just said something that really intrigued me because it's like um, you've got a, a need of a client, a need of you, a need of the team, a need of a specific individual contributor, and what you're trying to do is meet all those needs. So, what do you think the needs, say, of a developer are that would be in alignment with you, in alignment with the organization, and in alignment with the client's needs?
okay. I think this is the best analogy that I found is like a train or a subway or something like that. Um, the customer needs to arrive to some point. Customer want to arrive to some point. In this relationship, the developer that arrives to this train, they want to learn, they want to improve their skills, they want to gain experience, obviously a salary, an economy, safety,
Economic safety.
economic safety, yes, and a growth plan. Everybody have dreams. So if we following the analogy of the and myself as well, I think it's the same motivation. So when we have a destination, we can jump into the train, and everybody can play its role in that train. Uh, well, the companies are those trains, and the destinations are the purpose that we are doing. So if we align the 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 developers and the team and my company, all the people involved with the customer, with their purpose, so we are going in the same destination. But as I said, this is a train. You can say, okay, beyond that point, I am far from where I'm going, so I will get down here, and people can leave the company and can join the company later, customers as well. But in the way we align more our interests and more our purposes, uh, the longer will be the ride together. So it's how I see it, and that's why we're looking something called like, uh, well, we call it like we're finding for companies doing software for good, because if they are working in something that we consider good, it will be easier for us to align with their purpose and better the result that we will deliver.
It's easier to get on a train that's going where you want to go than it
Exactly,
is to get on a train that's going the other direction.
exactly. That's how I see it, and that's how I think all those interests get aligned.
So, is it fair to say that your goal isn't necessarily how many clients do we have and how big is our revenues and are we going
Totally.
to double our revenues next year, or how many clients, and I'm asking a question, not making a statement, how many of our clients are on the train, or how many of us like the train that our clients have? Is that the kind of conversations you guys have?
Yes, actually, when we start all these revolution inside the company against the corporate way we used to work, we lose customers. We we need to let them go because our trains start going to another part, and we are not making, we wasn't feeding anymore. So it's exactly the kind of conversation that we have with our existing customers and with the new ones or the people interested in collaborating with us.
Matt, did you want to jump in or?
No, go ahead. It's a very interesting conversation the way you're taking it. I like the model of the train going in certain directions, and the ride is long, but people jump in and out as they need to. Both the people that work there and contribute there, and people that get the benefit of that, your clients. Um, so that's a very interesting model in general. Um, so, what in terms of the future? What are you doing? What do you think, or what do you plan for the future? What's going to be different? What's going to make you more the way you are, and more happier, and have people happier and stuff like that?
Well, I think the future uh, tends to a more free working environment. People no longer want to be the doctor, the engineer. They want to be themselves and do what they want. So that freedom is something that we're encouraging right now. How to make people feel that they are part of a company uh,
Is it
when
is it about making people feel or letting people feel?
letting people feel. So, yeah, yes, you're right. It's like I will force you to feel. No, it's let them feel that they are part of this company, even when we are maybe disagree with some topic, and they need to be safe, secure, confident enough to express their ideas, and without fearing to lose their jobs. So the future of the work is of the all the work environment is freedom. We need to forget about those systems that keep people track, overview or overwatch, and instead of that start focusing on the outcome of the people's work, what this person is doing for my company, not how many hours is working, is what is giving us, that is uh, I don't know, the outcome, how this person is impacting our company. Is it valuable or not? Are we valuable for him or for her or not? So that, I think that will be the relationships in the future between
So
people.
I'm hearing that you think that the new currency is about contribution. Is that
Yes.
a fair way to say that?
Yes, completely. It's and we have that in the open source model. Many people contribute to software because they believe in that, and they create interesting business models, and they create also wealthy companies, but everybody works in freedom. So I think we need to challenge the corporate world and well, prove that that model is actually faster and reliable. uh, there is a myth right now. Maybe it was true many years ago, because they said vertical organizations grow faster, horizontally organizations grow slower, but they are more like stable. Uh, well, I think that maybe was true 20 years ago, but right now with all the technology that allows people to connect, not only through a trunk or a spine, now they can connect everyone with everyone like nodes. And if the purpose is clear, if the purpose of the organization is clear and it fits to your own purpose, or while it fits to your own purpose, then the work will be faster, the productivity will grow, all those topics that the average industry claims to solve, okay, are solved with this model of contributions, and we don't need to be speaking about it. This is for granted. Happy people work better, deliver better. That's how I see it.
Hmm.
And and not only that, but to add my part, I think that people will feel better as well. Would like working in that kind of environment better, but that's I was gonna say that's to be seen, but not really. It's a fact that when people are doing well and all the pistons are going up and down the right way and stuff like that, they just feel better and do better work. So
So I wonder if we can loop back to the topic that you talked about, which is, you have this um, idea that if we understand where we're going, then we can actually do disruption. Um, you're now understanding better what you need, what your team needs. They understand what they need better. And you're starting to understand what your clients need better. Is that a fair statement?
It is a fair statement. It's I think it's matter to be a little bit more humble, and instead of arrive with the customer as a super advisor that knows everything, and arrive with your team like a boss that have everything under control. Instead of that, let's speak about what is your concerns, my concerns. I have doubts, you have doubts, but we can explore together and solve it together. Uh, I think that's the way I am working right now, reading out of the expert label that many companies place on their brand and inherit to the people. No, we're not, we don't have the world solved for anybody, but together we can create that solution that you need. And again, solutions for the team working. They have trouble and challenges, and they need uh, work and everything, and also for the customer that is trying to impact a market or change a market or something, but together we can figure out.
The word that comes to mind for me is collaboration.
That's it.
yeah.
And
That's it.
so, what else would you say? We've got a couple of minutes left. Any other things that you think? I've got 2 minutes. I got to say this.
uh, okay, this is an advice for people who are starting building software. Is like, don't be afraid of failure uh, uh, in what you're building. Don't expect everything will work uh, at the first time. But the clue of building an in-house team or a remote team or however the model you want of the key of the success is not to fail. It's how fast we can learn and overcome the failure, uh, to try something different. So I think my my last 2 minutes is that don't be afraid of failure. Let's go, make mistake fast, learn fast, overcome, and always thinking on doing good or advancing to our purpose. So never lose sight. And this the mermaids will sink in different parts. You will say, okay, if I do this for a while, that's fine. I will get the money that I need to be better tomorrow. But if it's not in the same direction that you're going, that's not helping you. Maybe it's money, but it's just a deviation, and that will be a mistake that is hard to overcome from that. Mistakes in the correct direction are easy to overcome.
All right, I think we've come to the end of our time here with the half hour mark, and I'm getting directions from Carlos to to cue for wrap up and goodbye words.
Okay.
um, so, anyways, my goodbye words here is that this has been a pleasure, and I mean I know you personally and know what direction you're going, but I think you express it really well, and glad to have you. And that train model I really liked, and something that we learned from you. So, Jose, you want to?
Yeah, thank you, Guillermo. It's a pleasure to hear that you're feeling into this, that you're going through this process not with ideology in mind, but with slowly collaborating, slowly sensing what's right and what needs to be happening. So this is awesome. Thank you. And thank you all for joining us and for attending today's live show.
Thank you to you guys. It's always a pleasure. I think I learn a lot from you every time we speak, and I really appreciate that you invited me to here. I'm still get a little bit nervous when I'm in front of the camera, so I see like a robot sometimes, but I'm trying to I'm trying to get chill. Thank you very much.
All right.
You make it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's funny because we're in front of the Zoom camera all day long and still we get a little nervous when we do these interviews. So
Yeah.
thank you for showing up and for being so caring.
Okay, thank you, Jose. Thank you, Matt.